Hey, what's good everyone on Team HyDra's channel? My name is the 12th man. You should already know who I am. This is my third gameplay commentary for this channel. It's really good to be back. And before I get into the topic of today's video, I just want to give you guys a little note on the gameplay. This gameplay was done by HyDra Phenom. He drop shots every single kill. He does get a DNA bomb, and he plays on the map Biolab. It's a really good gameplay, and he has a lot of good gameplays on his channel, so I highly suggest you go check him out and subscribe. If you want more commentaries and let's plays, check my channel out and subscribe if you want to, if you like those types of videos. So now that I got all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the commentary topic of today's video. So in this video, I want to talk about the current generation of gaming. Personally, there's a thought in my head that says that this generation of gaming, the 8th generation of video games, will be the worst generation that video games has ever seen. Now, personally, I do think this generation has gone off to a better start compared to last generation. As you guys know, the Xbox 360 came out in 2005, and it was rushed at launch, and when the 360 first came out, it was plagued with problems. I don't know how many of y'all remember the Red Ring of Death. Yeah, that thing was ridiculous. It had a 50% failure rate, which is the worst in video game history for a console. Now, the PS3 didn't have as many hardware problems compared to the 360 when it first came out. However, it was really expensive when it first came out, and there was no must-get game for the console until around 2008, 2009-ish. And then you have the Wii, which probably had the strongest start compared to the other two consoles. However, once all of the must-get games for the Wii came out, third-party support kind of faded away from Nintendo, and you can kind of see that now due to the struggles of the Wii U. So the Wii kind of became a fad after around 2010. So yes, last generation had a good bit of problems. However, there were some memorable moments during that generation of gaming, and personally I do not see that happening with this generation. And the main reason why I think that that's not going to happen in this generation are because of developers. And the reason why I think developers are going to hurt this generation of gaming is because most of these developers nowadays are just lazy and put out unfinished or broken products. And the other reason why I think developers are ruining this generation is because they're not really making games that are innovative or are different and will really bring something fresh to the video game industry. So now that I got all of that out of the way, let me get into the reason why I believe developers nowadays are really lazy. And a lot of you guys will probably agree with me on this. So ever since this generation started, you should know that a lot of people have came out and said that a certain game made by a certain developer has problems, bugs, glitches, and they need to be fixed. Basically what they're saying is that this game is unfinished or it's broken. A lot of people have came out and said that many games of this generation so far have been broken piles of mess. And I'm one of those people. A lot of the games that I have played or seen on like YouTube and whatnot, a lot of the games, they just don't look good. They just don't look finished. They don't look polished. And I really do feel like developers are just rushing to get these games out into the market so people can buy them. So now that I said all of that, I'm going to give you guys a few examples of games that were released either broken or unfinished. Now there is a long list of these games, but I'm only going to stick with 4. Now the first game I'm going to use as an example is Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4 came out when both the PS4 and the Xbox One came out in November of 2013. The game was broken ever since it was launched. I mean, I'm pretty sure from the people that I know personally who played the game said that they had to get an update, 2 updates every week. I don't know how long it lasted, but yeah, Battlefield 4 was completely broken when the game first came out. And I'm pretty sure there are still some problems with the game now. I'm not very sure, but yeah, Battlefield 4 was a train wreck when it first came out. Now, the next game I'm going to use as an example is Assassin's Creed Unity. Now, guys, I kind of expected this because a few months before the game came out, Ubisoft did announce that they are going to release Assassin's Creed annually now. And this is one of the problems when a developer decides to release a game every single year. They start to rush things, and this game was a rushed product. The frame rate dropped down to the teens. There were a bunch of glitches, a bunch of bugs. There was some weird shit going on with some of the characters' faces and whatnot. The game was an unfinished pile of shit, and Ubisoft should be held accountable for their actions. A lot of people say Ubisoft took a huge L in the year 2014. A lot of people said that Ubisoft was the worst gaming company in 2014, all because of Assassin's Creed Unity. So yeah, Assassin's Creed Unity is another example. The next game I'm going to use as an example is the Master Chief Collection. Now, the only really big problem that the Master Chief Collection had when it first came out was the multiplayer. Servers weren't working. There were sometimes the servers were down, frame rate drops and whatnot. A lot of people complained about it, and I think that's the main reason why it probably didn't do as well, because I know a lot of people who own Xbox Ones don't have it because they heard about the problems with the game. So yeah, the Master Chief Collection is another example, and the last example I'm going to use is Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. This game was very, very broken, and it's the main reason why I do not want to play this game anymore. Skill-based matchmaking, it fucked up the connections really, really bad. The gun balancing, oh my god, was terrible. The gun balancing in Advanced Warfare is god-awful, and glitches, bugs, the same fucking issues that were in past Call of Duty games are in this one, and this is a new freaking developer, which really pisses me off. But yeah, Advanced Warfare is another broken product from a lazy developer known as Sledgehammer Games. So that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the one reason why I believe this generation is going to be the worst, is because of lazy developers putting out broken and unfinished games. This really needs to stop, because this is basically going to be the downfall of video games, period. It's all because of these developers. It's all because of them, and they really need to step their game up. So now that I talked about lazy developers, let me get into the second reason why I think this generation will be the worst in gaming history, and this also has to deal with the developers and somewhat the consumers. The games themselves, okay? I really do not see any real gameplay innovation this generation. I just don't see it, because personally I feel like this is something that Call of Duty has started. Call of Duty to me is basically the same game with a different coat of paint. However, the game sells well, and I believe other developers and publishers see that and say, well, if they release the same game over again with the new coat of paint, why don't we just do the same? So basically I see no gameplay innovation. Last generation also kinda saw a little bit of non-innovative games, but there were some innovative games of that generation, and unfortunately with this one I don't really see it, unless some developer like Nintendo or Naughty Dog does something. But yeah, I really do not see any innovative games this generation. But anyway, that's all with this commentary. I just want to let you guys know why I think this generation is going to be the worst. Now let me know in the comment section below, do you think this generation will be the worst in video game history? I would really like to see your opinions. But yeah, if you really like this commentary, please check me out, check out my videos, subscribe if you want to. Also check out HyDra Phenom for more beast gameplays. Subscribe to Team HyDra and whatnot, and if you like the video, leave a like for myself and Team HyDra. And yeah, that's about it. I will catch you guys on the flip. Thanks for watching. Peace.